Happy New Year, Earthlings and Martians! Welcome back to my channel, the only Black girl on Mars. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Andrea Afua Kwamya, and I'm the founder of BGOM Consulting and the host of the Only Black Girl on Mars podcast. I'm also a Columbia HBCU fellowship mentor for the second year in a row, which I'm very excited about. So on this channel, I explore the nuances of diversity and lack thereof it from a professional standpoint as a Black woman. And I'm also here to help you prioritize yourself. So if sharing my experiences and perspectives can save anyone some strife, then I will have done my job. So today I want to talk about some realizations that I made coming into this new year, as well as plans for the months ahead. And finally, revealing where I've been living the last 6 months, if you're interested. If you are just working out how to get started on your goals for this year, I hope this video can help, so don't miss out. Side note, I did record this video on New Year's Day for you, but it had all of the wrong ingredients for an enjoyable video, including lipstick on the teeth, and it was dark. So I feel like it's much more fun to check in a few days after the new year and see where we're at. So, all right, let's get started. Hit the subscribe button and we'll get into it. So picture this scenario. It's the last day of December and you're getting ready to ring in the new year. So you start sifting through your mind the things that you have to accomplish and that you have accomplished up to this point. But you suddenly realize that you were nowhere close to where you planned to be when you set those goals and intentions 365 days ago. So trust me, we've all been there, and this year especially, very few of us have come out unscathed. And that's precisely what happened to me. I lost my job a year ago. I ended up in a very unhealthy situationship, which I won't discuss on social media. I gained 15 pounds and came to a full stop in my business promotion. All the momentum was gone. And for the second time in that year, I moved away from my friends and family just to save money. Does any of this sound familiar to you? Let me know in the comments. I'm not saying anything that you haven't heard a million times just this week, or iterating that 2020 was hard, but still I want to take a moment for us to just sit and validate that we and you are victorious for coming through on the other side. The level of loss, confusion, abuse, joblessness, homelessness, and anything else you may have endured, I just want to say that to still be here and pushing through for a solution means that you're already back on the path that you need to be to become victorious. And these are the types of words and things that I heard and listened to, but it was never clicking. I was just living with a lot of fear and anxiety that anything I did was wrong, anything I said was wrong, and that no one wanted to hear from me, work with me, or talk to me. But now that I'm grown, I can see that this type of self-deprecation were just excuses for me to hold myself back, to not face the challenges that lay ahead of me. Luckily, I had an excellent therapist who helped me figure stuff out this year. Aisha the therapist is what I call her. And one day we were discussing productivity and we started talking about vices. Now, what vices did I use to drown out my doubts? I don't drink often, I never smoke, I don't overeat, but what I did find myself on occasion was mentally crushed under hours of television. And she asked me, what feelings are you trying to avoid when you binge TV? I honestly had no idea. I didn't even know how to describe my feelings. She had to give me a sheet, like a feelings wheel, to practice understanding my emotions other than using words like I'm fine or I'm okay. But eventually, I finally realized what I needed. But I realized it after. And I just needed to be alone. It took me 30 years, but for the first time, not having a roommate or being surrounded by people, the only thoughts that I could hear and that I can hear on a day-to-day basis are my own. it didn't happen right away, because just like working out, it takes time to see results. The same with hearing yourself. So some of the things that I heard when I first started listening is that I'm not very kind to myself in my head. I don't have a lot of trust for my thoughts. I'm always asking people for advice and often held back by regrets of inaction. So what's the best remedy for that? Take some action. Think about it. In this life, we are mired with choices, and not just choosing between two options. We have an infinite number of paths to choose from. But if you're anything like me, you thought there was always one right answer. You were taught that there was an expected path, a timeline, a direction that would lead to your success or your happiness. And you thought that if you just followed this path to a T, that you would become your ideal person, living your idea of a perfect life by the time you got to a certain age. What I learned is the only wrong choice is to believe that you do not have one. Despite the new year merely just being another day, we're only a day older. Again, tomorrow will simply be another day older. There is hope in reframing a pattern. We are all worth challenging our past perspectives of who we were, to give ourselves the freedom to become who we want to be. And this is why in 2021, for me, it's all about collaboration and accountability through things that fulfill me. God has already begun blessing me with several offers to collaborate. I'm marketing an EP of someone very close to me, with potential to consult some really exciting upcoming brands. And even today, I submitted an application for a dream job at a local university where I would become an assistant director for diversity and inclusion, as well as a programmer for student success. I stopped doubting myself and listened to what I needed and wanted. And the universe, in just a few short weeks, has begun to reveal that I'm on the right path, but it's really now up to me to make a choice. As long as I make it, I know that will be the correct answer for me. So you might be wondering where this said dream job is. Okay, the cat's out of the bag. I'm in Utah! Okay, you're probably not excited. It seems random choice, and I have about 5 people in my network as of yesterday. And maybe I'm taking this whole only Black girl on Mars thing too literally, you tell me. But I will make a video next week just letting you know what my experience has been in Utah as a Black woman, and why I'm here, what things I think I can get out of it, and if I ever plan to go back to LA. So thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Check out the link for my podcast, The Only Black Girl on Mars, below, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye.